First and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Makasadan, that will honor us to the apostles and elders and great millstone, and rule and teach well. Peace and salutations to the brothers on the four corners of this earth, pushing this with in truth and in sincerity. Week in, week out, you know what I mean, trying to come out here and wake the rest of the elect. I say the rest of the elect because the way the prophecies coming to pass, the way the signs are being shown, you understand? There's not much of the elect how to wake up. But as for the rest, you know what I mean, as for the rest of them, the two-thirds, the other nations, as for the ones who live in deliciously and still at sleep in this dire time we're coming into. You know what I mean? God. God, could be. That is a justifiable reason why the prophecies happening as fast as they happening and simultaneously. You know? So, First Thessalonians 5 from 1 to 3.
So let them know that he is soon to come. So this morning we want to introduce a young man. His name is Zachariah, and he is going to testify of God's love to you this morning. You see,
this is First Thessalonians 5.
We need the Bible
read from verse 1, right? Because in 5 verse 1 it says, but at the time and the season, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. Right? Say, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night.
Yeah, you say, brethren, I don't write unto all you and tell all you, well, hey, you know what I mean? The signs of the times, you're all supposed to know. Well, you know the Most High coming as a thief, well, the Yahushai coming back as a thief in the night. You understand? Nobody know the exact date, nobody know the exact time. Right? Yet there are signs to look for. He left us with signs to look for. Right?
But that's also with that knowledge. So
God.
He said, yeah, you don't need to write unto you because we already know this.
You're supposed to know, God.
So the men of the Lord, they know what to look for. They know those who not in a men of the Lord not in a slumbering state. Now we say as not sleep as do others.
God.
They know with the prophecies, they know what to look for, and they keep in diligent watch and doing the things that are commanded of them.
God, they second is just 9 and 1. It says, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest parts of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that is the very same time or in the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. The point is in the first verse, measure the time diligently against itself, and it's the part of the signs pass. And what was written to happen, the earthquakes, the riots, you know what I mean, the nation rising against nation. These things already set in motion. We're seeing one nation fighting against the next nation, one kingdom against that. We're seeing a nation where it is plainly divided, blatantly divided. Understand? Which is America. Right now they divided. But who supported Harris, who supported Trump, Democrat, Republican. You know what I mean?
Fighting internally and fighting externally. So we're going to have Brexit and expand. And according to prophecy, scripture say what? Take the horns, shall hit the oak. Right? So not only they have external battles, they also have internal battles. So they're imploding on themselves. You know, like you fight, you beat up yourself, and then I come in to fight you at the same time. That's what we're doing in America right now. Right? So that their destruction is sure is imminent. Because why? Because God prophesied to us. People think that afterwards some other superpower will rise up and they're going to take over because they don't understand that the Lord is going to set up a kingdom, as we talk about in Daniel. Next Daniel 2.
This is a part of my work that I do
Daniel 2 from verse 20 something.
Part-time teacher of the Bible. So if there are any
Start from verse 20.
Daniel 2:20 it says, Daniel answered and said, Blessed be the name of power forever and ever, for wisdom and might are his. And he changed the times and the season. He removed kings and set it up kings.
Say what blessed Lord, because wisdom coming from God.
And
Ecclesiastes because he say all wisdom coming from God. Even the wisdom that we speak, now I say in the precepts, he say what? Not in the words that man's wisdom speaks, but by the Holy Spirit. Because without that, we wouldn't be able to be able to do it without not only in terms of physically doing it, because without the Holy Spirit guiding us, he sound like you're a long time. You understand? He's a problem out here.
God, as the scripture says, I mean, even the very elect will be deceived.
If it was possible, they would deceive them.
God, now without the Spirit of the Lord, what do we need to do to deceive them? God.
You understand? So that shows that the Lord already have us out here, not only in knowledge, but also in the ability to come out here and have the actual physical ability to do these things.
21 it says, and he changed the times and the seasons. He removed kings and set it up kings.
We're soon going to do. We're going to remove Esau. Say Esau is the end of the world. Jacob is the beginning of it. That follows.
He giveth wisdom unto the wise and knowledge to them that know understanding. He revealeth the deep and the secret things. He knoweth what is in the darkness, and the light dwelleth with him.
Jump to
and Matthew 24 and verse 14 says,
jump to 27.
Verse 27, Daniel answered in the presence of the king and said, The secret which the king had demanded cannot the wise men, the astrologers, the magicians, the soothsayers shew unto the king. But there is a power in heaven that revealeth secrets and maketh known to the king, Nebuchadnezzar, what shall be in the latter days. Thy dream and thy visions, and the visions of thy head upon thy bed are these.
From Nebuchadnezzar was coming straight down to where he is now. We in the feet. You understand? We the toes. You understand?
Good.
I think the left leg, according to what I see, the right leg and the left leg. I think it's the right leg or the left leg. We in the last. We have nowhere else on the statue to go. You understand? We in the end of the statue. You can say what the feet is the end of something, the head is the beginning of it. We in the end, right? Which represents this kingdom, which is Babylon. The toes represents what? The same thing as the horns, as in Revelation. Right?
It says, As for thee, O king, thy thoughts came into thy mind upon thy bed. What shall come to pass hereafter? And he that revealeth secrets maketh known to thee what shall come to pass. But as for me, this secret is not revealed to me for any wisdom, that I have more than any living, but for their sakes that shall make known the interpretation of the king.
And they show how much different principles you can get from this story of Daniel. Because Daniel was a man exalted by the Lord, but he didn't exalt himself. See, he wasn't in that exalted mindset like, like I better than somebody else because the Lord revealed to me. I didn't reveal to somebody else. He wasn't in that mind frame. Right? He was like, yo, I didn't get his revelation because I'm special. You understand? Just because the Lord chooses to use me
as a vessel.
You understand? Because something needs to be done. And that is the mindset is supposed to be in this truth. I always say the greater thou art, more humble thyself. Knowledge puffeth it up. All these different things are principles you're supposed to apply in history.
It's and that thou mightest know the thoughts of thy heart. Thou, O king, sawest and behold a great image. This great image, whose brightness was excellent, stood before thee, and the form thereof was terrible. The image's head was of fire, gold, Salakia was of fine gold, his breast and arms of silver, his belly and his thighs of brass, his legs of iron, his feet part of iron and part of clay. Thou sawest till that a stone was cut out without hands, which smote the image upon his feet that were of iron and clay, and break them into pieces. Then was the iron, the clay, the brass, the silver, and the gold broken to pieces together and became like the chaff of the summer threshing floors, and the wind carried them away, that no place was found for them. And the stone that smote the image became a great mountain and filled the whole earth.
And that's what we're waiting for right now. We're waiting for the entirety of this prophecy to be fulfilled. You understand? Because right now the feet is the worst place to be in. Babylon was bad. You understand? Media Persians was bad.
Greeks was down, it get worse.
Greeks was worse.
God, as it come down the statue, just get worse.
Right now, this is the worst time that has ever existed. Worst. Not just in terms of philosophies, not just in terms of rulership, you understand, but also in terms of the destruction that going to take place. Because according to the scriptures, talk about in Daniel 12, they say never been a time like it before. No, there will ever be a time like it either. The destruction that going to fall this place, Sodom and Gomorrah cannot compare to it. No other disaster in history can ever compare to what happened to this place. Let me show you how terrible this place is, because a judgment is coming a place based on the transgression. You understand? Or depending on how bad the transgression is. That's why scriptures say the wages of sin is death, but the all sin is punishable by death. You understand? Committing adultery is different from touching an unclean meat or something. Right? This place will get the worst judgment ever, because it is the worst place ever. Now when the Lord say in Matthew 10, he say, well, say the judgment will not be worse for them than Sodom and Gomorrah. Right?
Already done, yeah? It said this is the dream, and we will tell the interpretation thereof before the king. Thou, O king, art a king of kings, for the power of heaven hath given thee a kingdom, power and strength and glory. And wheresoever the children of men dwell, the beasts of the field and the fowls of the heaven had he given into thine hand, and had made thee ruler over them all.
So you see how the Lord specifies, right? The message was that what you have, I gave it to you. That's why Nebuchadnezzar was like, look at this great city. You had to jack him up for that, because you had to pay me the place. I is the one that gave you these things. He set it up, kings, and put down another. The Lord already did these things. Why some people who don't have understanding, when they understand these things, they start about why, because like so this God is the one that, yes, the Lord is the one who have us in this state. Why? Because we transgress. You shall never sin. The Lord have us like this.
It says, Thou art this head of gold, and after these shall arise another kingdom inferior to thee, and another third of brass, which shall bear rule over all the earth. And the fourth kingdom shall be as strong as iron, for as much as iron breaketh into pieces, and subdueth all things, and as iron that break all these shall it break in pieces and bruise.
And I'll show you how the Lord give a perfect example in terms of the parable of it. Why? Because statue, gold is more precious but weaker.
But softer, the pure the gold is softer, the material itself.
So I'll show you that's why they put the Babylon as the 7 wonders of the world, because of the beauty and eloquentness of it. And everybody who come down was less eloquent but stronger. You understand? And really iron feet, and that is show you that how strong this military is. You know how strong their might is, which is refers to iron feet, or in the Daniel 7 iron feet. Right? To show you how strong it is compared to
the previous kingdom.
Yeah, compared to the kingdom before it. Now how they could be able to subdue the kingdom before it. Right?
It says, and whereas thou sawest the feet and toes, part of potter's clay and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided, but there shall be in it of the strength of the iron, for as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with the miry clay. And as the toes of the feet were part of iron and part of clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken.
Because it's like I like nations, some stronger than some parts stronger than some parts weaker than some.
It says, and whereas thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave one to another, even as iron is not mixed with clay.
Okay, you see, it's still united. It's still segregated. Even though they might work as one.
Even though it's supposed to be United Nation, meaning everything's supposed to be unanimous, it still have a head.
It's not one entire thing.
It will make decisions if somebody always in charge of. It's have a hierarchy of who, you know what I mean, who has the say so to speak.
Going back to Revelation 13 also, they say they're not crowns upon them.
Yeah. Go back to the parliament and so on and so forth. It says, and in the days of these kings shall the power of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to another people.
And that is what we're waiting on right now. For the Lord to return and set up a kingdom that shall not be destroyed. And nothing when you come in and invade me again, go after no 10,000 years as we keep saying over and over, we get like garbage.
Yeah, we're trying to overtrain you, our shine.
Garbage. If you're in your strongest point now, and you come in to wipe you out,
how are you coming back?
How you going to come back from it being like you had time, you had prep time, like Batman get prep time, you know?
Yeah.
Cast up Batman. You had prep time for hundreds of years. And losing 1 hour.
Come to North.
In 1 hour you lose. But you feel after 1,000 years of being under Israel's rule, you're going and somehow get the power to be able to, that kind of prophecy as we just read. It says, shall not be left to other people. Because the reason why our kingdom was left to other people in the first place was because of the curses. What part of the curses was that? What if we went off, Lord will send a nation against us. If we're going to be perfect, we're going to have a heart of flesh, new bodies, all these different things. That will never happen again. Ever.
It says, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. For as much as thou sawest the stone was cut out of the mountain without hands, and that it break in pieces the iron, the brass, the clay, the silver, and the gold, the great power had made known to the king what shall come to pass hereafter, and the dream is certain, and the interpretation thereof sure.
That is sure as you read it, why I say what I have no need to write unto you. We understand these prophecies. We understand what it is we're going through. We understand what it is had to come. And the scriptures give us not only prophecies of what's going to take place, it also gives us warnings of things to do, things not to do, and all these different things, right? Look back down in here.
Yeah, no,
First Thessalonians 5 verse 1, right? They say, but of the time and the season, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night.
yeah, as a thief in the night. That precept is interpreted as what? As twofold. Because on one hand it's saying you don't know, and on the second hand it's saying when you least expect it. You understand? Because thief don't call you and say, yeah, what's going on? You see, Wednesday night, I'm passing through. You will not expect it. You understand? He'll catch you in that moment of, how did I say it, right? Not the moment of uncertainty. You have a next saying is you. I don't have it right now. Well, yeah, that's what I mean, but it's not saying it, it's saying kind of like a phrase. But in your unguarded moment, so to speak, the moment when you decide, you know what, right, since the fathers fell asleep, yeah, like when he go come, is when he go come. You understand? And good. And the way things going, the way the prophecies no longer happening one at a time. The signs, I should say, no longer happening one at a time. They're happening simultaneously. Right now it's a plague and war at the same time. And a war leads to famine, a plague leads to famine.
And also in the back of that have a CBDC structure that being initiated. it's not like to say like the scripture say what? They say with great wrath because why he doing it at a short time. Right now you can't speed the move to push this infrastructure. Certain places, sometimes you didn't get money in the bank no more. Sometimes like after one day, like we say like usually like there's top of the ATMs every day on a weekday. On a weekend, I think they doesn't top it up until the Monday.
Yeah, they would just top it up Friday with more
Friday,
than
right.
usual.
Sometimes by the time Saturday, I don't money in it.
Right, let's go on the avenue. A Saturday night, we have a company driver, but you just had to pay a portion of the money and the company will pay the rest. No ATM on the whole stretch of the avenue, man.
Because they're putting less money.
Yeah, so
They want everybody, they're trying to get everybody to do everything on banking, online. Payment system, online. Shopping, online.
Yeah, get accustomed to it because that is the new era that they enter into. And as they say, if you're not with it, you'll be left behind, you'll be a bum.
Excommunicado.
You understand? You would not be part of their society.
But I say also, why you say come that teaching tonight? That is ready for those who not keeping watch. You understand? Who not aware of the sad times. So the scripture said that in Luke. Fucking get up.
Luke 13. No, well then you are the front talk to me. But nobody else go ahead. After you get 30 and 30 coming up. 13 select 13 and 30.
So there's Luke 12, I'll start from verse Luke 12, I'll start from verse 42, right? It says, and the Lord said, it says, who then is that faithful and wise steward, whom his Lord shall make ruler over his household, to give them their portion of meat in due season. Those who are referring to the elect, right? Actually, talk about it in second address, to say, he put crowns upon their heads. He's going to make them rulers in that time.
No, that is like when Ezra carried him to see him crown in the elect, and he said, who are these that receive palms in their hand and crowns on their head? And the angel told him, these are they that stood stiffly for the name.
They did the things that were
required. That which was required, they did wholeheartedly. As it says in Ezra, they stood stiffly for the name. You understand what?
They say, blessed that servant, whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing.
So
that is not the man that's going to be asleep. You understand?
Because our precept is Peter going to talk about oh God. I'm going to look for it by the time, go ahead.
Yeah. Right? Who finds so doing? Right? It say, of a truth I say unto you that he will make him ruler over all that he has. And that is, they're going to be the government. They're going to be the ruling people. The new Bilderbergs and the new Roths. You understand? They're going to be like those, like in that kind of category. You understand? Because like they call it in contrary to what Christianity does teach. They have nothing such as equality. They have fairness and like being fair to other people and being righteous and so forth. But in terms of equality, some people are above others. You understand? It has rulers, it has servants. Not everybody is the same. And
can't you remember, in the grand scheme of things, they don't believe in the Old Testament. So when you tell them, Most High set us upon eagle wings and he chose us over all people, we are the apple of his eye, they'll be like, nah, we don't believe that. Done away with.
everybody equal.
Done away with.
Once you believe,
Yeah, I want
say all is one in Christ.
once you believe on his name.
You say all is one. Like like at that time I was talking to somebody, I was talking about a woman I was referring to. And they say like it's no man or woman, but all is one. I was like, that doesn't mean that men and women are equal. They have no equality. No matter how big your child get, your child get hit.
Your child will always be a child.
Yeah, you always have some level of supremacy over your child.
You
can't, no matter.
But this was in age, and now it.
Yeah, but according to the law, you use 25, you strike your father, you're going dumb. You understand what I'm saying? Have no such thing as equality. You'll always have some people that will be above others. That's just how it is. Whether it be within Israel or even in terms of Israel compared to the other nations. such thing as equality.
Israel was set above and apart from the other nations. You understand?
See verse 45 is say, but and if that servant say in his heart, my Lord delayed his coming, and shall begin to beat the manservants and maidservants, and eat and drink and be drunken, right, to get caught up in these philosophies. You know, to go off, because you come impatient, you start to find other ways to
find doctrine that suit you.
Yeah,
that's when you find like the Christian.
We already need
find
New
out what to
Testament
suit you.
or some kind of bull crap.
We already in the kingdom. So you can do what you want.
Yeah, understand? Though you waste your time doing that. Yeah, man, say that. Waste your time doing it, was making a name for yourself in this place.
Yeah, the passover is told by a flower, some whatever the currency.
You lose patience. You understand? You run out of oil. That's the scriptures.
I'm not going to say that. They lost their way because the oil ran out. They take the words of them out. You understand it? They start to walk in the dark because the oil blew out.
So already midnight came, they couldn't see.
Yeah, they couldn't go to the bridegroom.
And that also tying with what I believe that is John. They say what there's darkness fall upon you. Because he that walketh in darkness knoweth not where he goeth. And that's how we see men end up like this. End up in darkness, and you can see that they don't know where they're going. We know where they're going, which is destruction.
And they themselves can't even see. First it has really be
scary.
It's really be scary to see that a man who knew or who know everything. You're supposed to know everything you know, and you could see that he talking everything he saying now is the opposite of what you know, and you know that he know that what we know is right.
I say what is that fearful thing to
fall to the hands of the Most High.
Verse 46, it say, the Lord of that servant will come in a day when he looketh not for him, and at an hour when he is not aware, and will cut him in sunder, and will appoint him his portion with the unbelievers. And he not going to get the same portion as the unbelievers. He going to get a worse portion because he talk about that. And I think it's still along in the same precept. Say, and that servant which knew his Lord's will and prepared not himself, neither did according to his will, shall be beaten with many stripes. So it's not to say like if we believe to ourselves that hey, we sure, you know, and nothing in men just like us who are doing something as us fell out. We hope that we wouldn't end up in that same lot. You understand? So it's not like we thinking to ourselves that we better than this next brother or these tutors and them. Yet to some degree in the heavens we will be classed as the same blessed feet of them that preach the glorious gospel. We will be viewed as different, but just like that mindset, like Daniel, is supposed to be like, hey, I just here to do that.
I here to do the will of the Most High, and that is that. Whatever happen.
Yeah, because you have it in your mind all puffed up.
Yeah, because you could be thinking so today and tomorrow he could write you out of the book of life, he could blot out your name. You understand?
That way even they say what they say when a man take it forward, they say restore one. Huh? You want to do one? You can always Google it. You can always Google it and make a poster. Yeah, you can just Google it and somebody print it for you. Yeah, just Google it and let somebody print it for you. Yeah. You say when a man take fault, you say restore such as one. You say lest ye yourself fall into similar temptation. Just paraphrase it. Let's show you that hey, even when a brother going off, he might do something wrong. Something that they prove the brother, but don't be looking at the brother like if he's like, you know, like if he's an infidel. Men just go off. Same way you yourself just go off. And if you want to have that kind of haughty mindset, the Lord could cause you to go through the same thing that he's going through. You might even deal with it as good as him. You understand? You might actually stumble to it when you might actually fall to it when he just stumbled. You understand? That way you have a humble mindset in these things. Say, and that servant which knew his Lord's will and prepared not himself, neither did according to his will, shall be beaten with many stripes. Right? So the punishment was for them that know and didn't do, rather than for them that didn't know and didn't do. But he that knew not and did commit things worthy of stripes shall be beaten with few stripes. For unto whosoever much is given, of him shall much be required. Shall be much required. Sorry. And to whom men have committed much, of him they will ask the more. And that way it show even in the ministry itself. Sometimes you see men trying to fight for things like rap. Crazy,
And the kind of responsibility that has come with time. You know what I mean?
because it's vanity they're really studying, and
They're
not
studying
studying
the praises of men.
they're not studying the image, exactly. They say praises of men. They're not studying the actual responsibility. Sometimes you can see why the scriptures say a bishop being blameless having one. Sometimes you can see why, because the amount of things you can see them elders and them and the apostles and them having to be responsible for. They had to study their own life.
And the lives of everybody on that.
They've had to be constantly watching videos to make sure this man on point, this man on point.
And not just people in the country.
Yeah.
We talk about
Regional.
everybody over
Regional,
the.
yeah.
You understand?
It's different.
God.
You understand? It's different. But this is show you what? This is show all these things telling us are the things to look for and how to be. You know, not to become drunk like not to eat and drink and become drunken. Not to end up losing faith and
Losing
afflicting
patience.
afflicting the fellow man servants and maid servants. If that men is do that, after time they'll start to get tired. Why? And they'll start afflicting men, whether they're
They
afflicting them
become
physically.
tyrannical.
Can.
You understand? They would go as a former, you know what I mean? A former servant, I always used to say. They start putting yokes on brothers' necks. You understand? And that's what going to happen.
Swindling brothers,
Done.
men get kicked out for things like that. Why? Because
And
these
they
men lost
fraudulent.
patience.
You understand?
They lose patience.
Done.
So they try to get where it is they could get healed by any means necessary. They stop thinking about brotherly love. Stop thinking about things like you see the workman is worthy of his wage. Then just want to take and have for themselves. Selfish. Afflicting brothers. And they will have their portion to pay for that. Right? The scriptures tell us don't follow. It gives us these characteristics to know not what to do. You say it was the 13 one?
13 and 33. 33. I'm going to bring this precept before. It say, the 1 Peter 4 and 19, it say, wherefore let them that suffer according to the will of power commit the keeping of their souls to him in well-doing. You understand? You have to be doing it. You have to be active. You understand? As the brother say, you have to be in well-doing, doing good in other words, doing that which you're supposed to do. You understand? That which is required of you. That is what you have to do.
But that precept also say be not weary of well-doing.
Come.
You know, that's a reason why it's in it. Well-doing is one of the hardest things you can do sometimes. Especially when it comes to Jake. Even sometimes amongst brothers it's hard. Why? Because sometimes, remember, the scriptures talk about gifts. And talk about discernment and all these different things. Sometimes some brothers will have more discernment than others.
Yeah.
So sometimes you could be dealing with a brother and your discernment brother on par. But he might be green, or his discernment might be as yours. And certain things he might do as real kind of pick at you. You understand? My real pick at you and he's had a use wisdom and know how to deal with it peacefully and how to bear certain things. Right? It is really be a challenge. And that's just in the brotherhood. Imagine for Jakes who don't care about principles and they're just trying to get one up because they're just trying to make it despite, that crab in the bucket mentality. They're just trying to go up no matter who else that a mash on to get. With Jakes, you'll get a lot. But Jakes through the curses. There's now people who know to work together. They're always fighting against each other to try to go up in life. Right through.
To seek what? The praises, amen.
Just for being glory.
Can.
So when it is you are amongst people like this, well-doing doesn't be the easiest thing. I always say, be not weary of well-doing.
Yeah. So commit your souls. Commit the keeping of your souls to well-doing. So you have to. You really have much of a choice. Because I really keep an eye on your soul coming.
A man offended you, he might more unjust with you, he might have to do. Yeah, take the low routes. Most he might be able to inform the authorities or whatever.
Yeah,
you can't take it into your own hands and try to avenge yourself.
That's your word of before the truth. You understand? You can't behave as if
avenging yourself.
Correct. You can't behave as your word before the truth now.
God.
Going on, where is it?
Right?
Yeah, Mark 13. Mark, yeah.
He is my elder brother, he is my savior, he is my redeemer, he is my Savior Lord. This is a person of the second, inside out. And he knows the church as well. But there's no Bible.
Mark 13, 33.
Alright. So they Mark 13:30, right? They say, verily I say unto you, that this generation shall not pass till all these things be done.
Yeah, tell what? Tell all the signs come out to pass. So everything that was said to happen, happened.
Sun starting to.
Yeah. So tell all these things come to pass, which was written, and we know they will come to pass, and we see them come to pass as we speak at this very moment. You understand? So tell all of that done, this generation will go pass. Go ahead.
You see, heaven and earth shall pass away.
No, just 32. Oh, select, go ahead, yeah.
Yeah, heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away.
Right, the words wouldn't pass. You understand? Because the scripture say, as the dew fall from heaven, so when his word leaves his mouth, it shall not return unto him void. You understand? It shall accomplish wherever he sent it, wherever he sent it. You know? Go on.
It say, verse 32, it say, but of that day and time, and that, sorry, let's say, but of that day and that hour, know it no man, no, not the angels, which are in heaven. It said neither the Son, but the Father.
Only the Father know that. Only the Father know that. Imagine that. The one who said to come back don't even know when he had to come back. And he's the one who coming back.
And he had a chill just like me.
You understand? He had to exercise patience.
It's his, and he like, yeah, it's yours. They say, well, son, they say, sit down in my right, sit at my right hand. Till I make thy enemies thy footstool.
Tell my Lord, make thy enemies thy footstool.
So he himself had to be patient just like us. It's not like to say anybody exempted from this.
Nope.
Same way he was
not even the angels, not even Yahushua. The only person exempted is the Father himself.
Boss always exempted.
He makes the rules.
So the most high is in heaven, he does whatsoever.
Yeah, the last verse 33.
Say verse 33, it said, take ye heed, watch and pray, for ye know not when the time is. Right? So we know what signs to look for. Even the apostles asked him that. Say, what are the signs that are coming? Right? Then we know the signs to look for, but we don't know when that actual exact time is. That's why we do what? We hope and pray. Yes, and wait patiently. Right? And show diligence when the Lord returns, He wouldn't see us in a slumbering state.
Well, when you go down further in the chapter, it's the same thing. Lest you find you sleeping and so on and so forth.
It's similar to the Luke in a sense.
Yep.
About the Thessalonians, right?
Yep.
1 Thessalonians 5 will start from 1 and say about the times and seasons, brethren, ye have no need I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night.
Yeah.
They say, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travaileth upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape.
And that is the key thing. They will not escape. You understand? As soon, yeah. And as soon as they say, well, peace and safety, as soon as they say, hey, it's okay, this is the new norm, be back to normal, you could go out, you could mingle, restaurants and bars open full capacity. You understand? Do as you please. Go back to the normal way of living. You know? Then the sudden destruction will come. Look, we are the MP on the way. You understand? It started in Africa, now it's in Afghanistan. You understand? It went to Europe, now it's in Afghanistan. Right there, all of them have, the only saying, they found the first case. They're saying how much cases they find after that. Well, at least not yet. It already have a company right, are willing to make the juice for this new this new emic, right? It already have a company saying they want to make 10 million to send to the Congo. Right, and we know from past experiences that the juice itself is part of the problem. You understand? But that all plays into their agenda. Pressure from above, pressure from beneath. You know, make the masses do what you want by creating a problem and giving them the same solution. Which is also a problem. You know?
They are the problem primarily.
Can.
But they try to always put, I say, Satan trying to look like
ideas
like
yeah, even say it, yeah, can.
That's what they like to do. They are the problem, but they always try to make themselves look like they are the solution after creating problems.
Can I say what? And even if you do good, it wasn't intentional. You know what I mean? I know what I mean to say.
A good example of that is like the food.
Can.
They say they will have a food shortage. What's the reason for that? To start with, they just be destroyed.
And now I'm going to say that they're destroying, they're creating the shortage and then giving you something to kill you in order to replace the food that was destroyed. You understand?
You know, like a parasite, right? If you have a host, even though it might be doing harm to the host, they can still try to protect the host in some way.
Yeah, because that is the supply of food. Can.
He's so worse than a parasite.
Can. He don't care. He don't care.
He not even trying to protect the host itself. Like he living on the earth. So if they say what destroy him, that destroy the earth. He living on the earth. He need the earth to survive or not.
Can.
He's destroying it.
Can.
He's worse than a parasite. Any normal man will still try to, you know, to at least keep wake his cow and keeping him alive and sustaining him.
For as long as possible.
As long as possible, so that he can live as long as possible.
Yeah.
Morning to all. Have a good day.
Yeah.
Like for example, you'll see like that person might have somebody in their life and they're using them. Might do them harm. Instead of them to remain alive to supply it. So trying to wipe you out. He don't care. Whatever remain, he trying to defy it. When you want to wipe, like you say what maintain humanity and what 500
million, something.
Yeah, 500
Yeah, the first commandment on the Georgia guy has stayed.
And even still, the ones that remain, you go in and defile them. You wanna splice them with this, adjust that, you know.
Put them up, make them part machine.
Yeah, turn the cyborgs.
Put
Put CHIP in the brain so that they can't even think for themselves if they even stimulate any kind of emotions that they don't want.
They can take it off, switch it off.
Yeah, calm you down on purpose, like he's so just extreme.
Yeah, explain that docile mind state. There were 500 million workers according to is Jacob or Charles? It was him?
What you say?
Or Rockefeller, one of them. And he said, well, we don't want a nation of thinkers, we want a nation of workers. 500 million workers he looking for. He's looking for army and slaves. That is essentially what they want.
A good example of that was Equilibrium. I don't watch that movie, and that movie was real deep. I think that's what that movie was, but before the truth. Equilibrium was a good example of people taking the pills to keep them docile.
God.
And everybody was just working the daily life, no love, no emotions, nothing.
Yeah.
Just working and living. Cattle. You understand? That's all it was.
God.
See, yes. They say, the God verse 3, right? First Thessalonians 5 verse 3, it says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them. As travaileth upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape.
Right. Now we remember what I was answering. They will not escape because why? On one half of the world, on one side of the world, we have the war going on. We have a plethora of wars going on right now.
Proxies. What are proxies right now?
We have a plethora of wars. On another side of the world, we have a plague. You understand? Both of them, the result of both of them is famine. So essentially it's going to affect all of us. Whether in the long or the short term, it is going to affect us.
A natural disaster.
Look at that.
Which is also caused
by, come on.
It's not hard to cause a famine.
Look.
Even if it have like famines in different forms. Like it having food only in one place and it can't reach to the next place. That by itself is a famine.
Because of the war.
You understand?
But hear the thing hear the wonderful thing. If you really go and you look at what all the countries are actually in the wars, what they does produce, there's always something essential. And there's always produced the most side. Funny enough, the countries that fight in war right now, the so-called superpowers, and they are always the mass producers of one commodity.
I can see. Even a couple of years ago, I think about 2 or 3 years ago, had an article came out about China was stockpiling rice.
God.
They like you said, they was not aware that this was going to happen. Different nations prepping for these things a long time now.
God.
Because they know what will happen.
Not only that, they thinking that after it happens, they will be on top.
Everybody in their mind thinking that they're going to be the one in charge.
God.
So everybody be paying the stockpiling food, stockpiling oil. You understand, America? That the Fort Knox, that the seed vaults. All of them had their own little prepping situations, because they believe that after all this finish, everything going and continue with them being the rulership. Not understanding that wherever it is they're stuck in for us.
God.
Anybody who piling up anything, they're piling it for us. Even for the elites who might think to themselves that they're piling up food in the little bunkers on them. You piling to stay alive for us.
God.
Whatever it is you stocking up, it's for us. Not for you. You know? It's not for you. Would it be to keep you alive? Or it be because some brother had a stumble upon it after you died? To maintain him? Whatever it may be, it's not for you. You may think it's for you, but that's how strong delusions is work. You understand? What the scriptures say. You know, we talk about fleeing from a lion and a bear. Remember watching a video with the apostles on them. I think I was watching apostles on them street videos, and I was talking about that same Amos. Talking about it coming like a thief in the night. You understand? When they come and thief from a lion and a bear meets you, they have no getting away. Those who understand the truth, they have no getting away from what is going to take place unless you are of the elect. Have no getting away.
I'll bring it there. Amos 5 and 18, it says, woe unto you that desire the day of Yahweh. To what end is it for you? The day, what?
Yahweh is the father's name in Hebrew.
God.
And Yahweh is the son's name in Hebrew.
God.
You understand? You often refer to the Messiah as God or the Creator.
God.
But his name is Yahweh.
God.
And his son, who the word ignorantly called Jesus Christ, his name is Yahweh. Right? We have names. What is his name?
And what is his
What is his son's name? And thou canst tell. Right? And we magnify these names. We not only magnify these names, but we magnify the truth behind these names. You understand? Because these names have a certain vibration, have a certain teaching, a certain doctrine. And that is what we bring not only with the name, but we teach our people the correct way of how to be and what is ready to come. Not like these other camps putting the scatting and dividing the sheep. You understand? Making them docile. That's all these other camps that I'm doing.
Make them docile or make them transgress. That's it, for monetary gain.
I mean, actually, one leads to the next.
God.
If they're docile, they will transgress. You understand? But actually, that is the mindset that this captain and dividing the sheep, they're not trying to bring them back to Mashiach.
Right. It says the day of Yahweh is darkness and not light, as if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him.
To start with, to escape a lion in the first place is not easy feature. You ever try to, like, you ever watching a video in terms of like animals and speed? And the human was like the slowest thing on the list.
Yeah. We only have 2 legs, they have 4. You know.
Not just that. Even things that ostrich have 2 legs.
Yeah, but you know big ostriches?
No fast fuckers.
You know big ostriches?
Yeah, them birds, they get to ride on it.
That was really. How you gonna outrun that?
And the design, these things designed for speed. You understand? This show how feeble his body is.
God.
So even they say a man flee from a lion, even to flee from a lion.
That is a feat in itself.
By itself. And after you flee from a lion, a bear meets him.
And a bear met him or went into a house and leaned his hand on the wall and a serpent bit him. Shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light, even very dark and no brightness in it?
And if I can say, when you look at that concept, right, you're leaning on a wall and a serpent bites you. After the time when a serpent strikes something, you can't even see it coming.
Exactly.
Like a unexpected, you didn't even expect that danger to be taking place.
They shall not escape. When they say peace and safety, sudden destruction.
If one thing don't get you, the
Something
other will
else
get
will.
you. Okay, say what they say. They say patiently faith of the saints. They say those who be killed with the sword shall be killed with the sword, and those who be
led into slavery must be led into slavery.
captivity. That's paraphrasing, right? These things have to happen. If one don't get you, you're
Yeah,
ordained
that
for the
will.
next.
Gone.
You're not going to be a tutor that Jay can survive.
Gone.
You're gone. Ultimately, you're gone. But if you're not of Jake, if you survive, the destruction is because you gotta get the yoke, you gotta get it right.
Yeah, you have to be a servant.
You understand? You're not going to escape. If you happen to get away from one, it's because the other one will not meet you. You're not going to escape. Ultimately, no.
Yeah, don't ask what you could do for don't ask what your country could do for you.
Yeah.
Ask what you could do for your
But
country.
you have to do for your country. Like, not even your country, our country.
Well, that's what I mean. Yeah. Let's ask how you could be a service, right? Do even cause a problem.
You ain't going to be a leap down in them bunkers and them. And like 100 years pass, and we know we happen to
nobody
miss
will
you.
find
We happen to miss you. Scriptures talk about many hunters
Gone.
that will fish them out of the cliffs of the rock. You're not going to escape. Have no escape in it. I'm pushing too much out to the camera. Good morning.
No.
Salam. Yeah. Okay. Is it right?
Yeah, that's it on now.
Right? You see, 1 Thessalonians 5, verse 4, you say, But ye brethren are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief, as we was talking about earlier. Even though we don't know the exact time, we know the approximation, we know what signs to look for.
Gone.
And we have an idea of when that's going to be. You understand? We know that MOTB mandates are on the brink. We know that war is on the brink. We know all these things are on the brink. We don't know if it will be tomorrow. It will be next week, next month, next year.
And even if I could say not just the mandate, but the mandate to make it mandatory, because right now, or the majority of Australia voluntary up to it, they voluntarily up to it.
Sweden too.
Exactly, they do it voluntarily.
I think Sweden is the most.
Gone.
Sweden is the most. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Sweden is the most of any country.
And they volunteered. It didn't reach the point where, hey, this is what it is, take it or be left out of society. No.
I remember Googling last night, and I Googled how many countries have CBDCs. She had this, and it's to show you that not even all countries are on the list, but the like the major ones, because our country, we have our own thing. We have e-identity,
Alright.
which is our digital ID. But in terms of the actual like the CBDC name, I'm not sure what the name of it is. But we ourselves, just like many other countries, already in that same preparation phase.
Gone.
You understand? So you have countries that wouldn't even be listed, but the majority of the countries out here right now, we are in that same vibration. They're pushing for that same digital technology. I think when I was doing the video, it was a guy from I think the Prime Minister of Jamaica, and he was talking about it, how they're trying to go more digital. All of these things happening right now, all of them.
I think it's last year our Prime Minister said we have to become digital. I think it was early this year. They say we are going to, like we were saying, hey, it's going on up. Like it or not, this is what going on up. You understand?
So that in Revelation, it says those who would not conform to the beast shall what?
Shall be
Be
slain.
put to death.
Huh.
Right? They don't have no if or no but. Right? The system that being implemented is the elites implementing the system. It have no defining them.
Gone.
I say if it were possible, no flesh should start here. The days are short unless no flesh should be seen. Because if the Lord wasn't coming back anytime soon, yeah man, these people will have a field day.
Yeah, they would have the time, they would have the day.
They would have a field day with us. You understand? And there's only so much a man could run in the bush and hide. So let me real, let me tell you right thing about it. I have a reason why the days being shortened, because they say what? They say it's in Daniel, I'm bringing a piece up in a while. So they shall wear out the saints of the Most High.
Can.
and seek to change times
Times
and
and
laws.
laws.
You understand?
And shall we are the saints of the Most High. Yeah.
Right
Can.
now, men,
out.
right now, men, we're
Yeah.
imagine the next 100 years. And as time goes by, getting worse.
As I commented on your video, a nigga is tired. A nigga is tired.
It's like the getting worse.
Can.
10 years from now was twice as easy as now. 50 years from now was like 100 times easier than now. So
God.
imagine 20 years from now. Right?
20 years ahead, it mightn't even be anything. We might be in the kingdom.
The days had to be shortened.
Can.
You understand?
Can.
These had to be shortened, right? They say verse 5, right? They say, ye are all the children of light and the children of the day. They say, we are not of the night nor of darkness. They say, therefore, let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. And that is what we're doing. We just watch the prophecies, we just watch things that happen and warn the people. Warn them what coming and how to actually, and for them to actually know to take heed. Washing the bloods of our hands.
Can.
As I talk about in Ezekiel. You understand? I think the second one my Apostle Tara was saying at the time. They're saying sometimes I don't feel like coming out here.
Yeah, you say something, I sit by, I feel like I want to do the works and next thing I put in all my boots.
But you know he has
I
to
still
come
not
out.
feeling to go. Next thing you know, my garment on the streets, that's not feeling to. But you have to do it. You have to.
And really and truly, that you drive of the Lord.
Yeah, this part of your requirement and this part of your prerequisite, you have to do it.
But it's not just self-desire.
God.
Even though yes, the men of the Lord were desired to do these things, it's
God.
not just self-desire. Jeremiah said it was like a fire in his mouth.
God.
He couldn't quench. Like no matter how much he got upset because no matter how much he got upset because of the things that he went through or whatever, he couldn't keep it in. Because that's how the Spirit of the Lord just work inside those that are compelled to be righteous.
No, alone too, it's because sweet in the mouth for honey, but bitter in the stomach. And something too bitter for your stomach.
Ezekiel or Jeremiah?
That one is Ezekiel. Yeah, that is Ezekiel. When something bitter for your stomach, what is happening is regurgitate it, it's hard to bring it up. You have to. You understand? Your body wouldn't accept it, your body would spit it back out.
Can't keep it in.
Exactly.
If any of the men of the Lord had a choice in the past to do anything, he wouldn't do it. You understand? If it could be like, yeah, we're going on. I wait to do this, but you don't need to, innit? But only if by men are going away.
Exactly. If you had a choice, you would have opted out.
Worse yet, if you go on the streets and you meet some bad situation, you can't do shit. That's the last time the streets will see you.
God.
And that is showing you talk about showing yourselves as men. As a man, you had a disciplined mindset to know, hey, boy, it's not the most pleasant thing. Sometimes you got your ups and downs, not only in terms of what you're doing, but in terms of yourself. Sometimes you have ups and downs in terms of things you're going through. Sometimes you have off days like, boy, I really can't make today now. Like today, I wanted to do a video, man, you just hear elders and apostles talking about it all the time. Today, I really wanted to do a video, but it just didn't manifest, boy, because it just wasn't one of them days. You know that kind of way? You will have times like that. And some brothers have it worse than others. But at the end of the day, the spirit that is in you, if Mashiach be in you, except you be reprobate, you will be compelled to continue doing the work. And that might also talk about what offenses. Mark can talk about that. He say when persecution arise for the word's sake, say what? He say they are offended. That will go back into like you will get it after your video. I'm just about
This is Revelation 3:10. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. That goes back to nobody go escape. You understand? It says, behold, I come quickly. Hold fast which thou hast, that no man may take thy crown. What you have is what your knowledge, like anything you have. And the only thing you already have, your knowledge. You understand?
You own nothing.
Come.
Men literally come on and say you'll own nothing and you like it.
You own nothing and be happy. You understand?
Like anytime I Egypt, you finish up, you said?
I was going on here verse 12.
Yeah, I'm gonna say anytime I Egypt, remember things were so bad eventually Egyptians sold themselves.
Come.
After that's technically how we is right now, you know, just like the spirits of Egypt. The Pharaoh own we.
Come.
We don't even own ourselves.
When you say be here for this date and this time, gotta make sure I reach for that time.
We don't own. They could literally take everything you have with whatever
Can't.
justification and then make up and throw you in prison for no just
nothing.
reason.
Can't.
They have their own reasons, but it's for no just reason. They could literally seize you own nothing. You don't even own yourself. You can't go where you want. You can't do what you want.
You can call yourself what you want. Yeah, is that?
God.
But you have to do that and be happy. And these is the people we supposed to. And we supposed to be happy. And this is the new kingdom.
And they want,
supposed to be happy
they want
here.
it to continue like that.
Yeah.
They today in one thought is that what their house is shall dwell forever. That's part
God.
of it.
And we supposed to be happy here.
They call their lands after their names. And the captives too.
Can't. Can't.
Don't you?
Verse 12 it says, him that overcometh will I make a pillar in the temple of my power, and he shall go no more out, and I will write upon him the name of my power, and the name of the city of my power, which is Jerusalem.
And we know that whoever just going and receive that is not of the heathens.
Can't.
Those are for the elect. You understand? Those that stood stiffly for the name.
Can't.
Which a lot of men out here not standing stiffly for the God's name.
Well, men not even standing stiffly for what they believe in, much as the name. Not even for the doctrine they're standing stiffly.
But the name comes with the doctrine.
They can't. You understand? So how you going to stand for the
It
name?
starts with the name first.
Can't.
And then everything trickles down behind that. You understand?
Can't.
The
But
name
if a man could tell you the Passover is based on a flower, and the Sabbath wrong. Sabbath not based on the moon. And you not know 1 year or 2 years in the truth. And a man could come and say by the Sabbath not based on the moon. And you could actually find it in yourself to justify that madness. Come on.
Yeah, sometimes
Come on. You basically do that and hand that man your crumb.
I'm just saying, let's go here. Oh, so you saw what you be upset with them or not? They just wasn't chosen.
Can't.
You understand? The Lord just had them for, they say what? They say many are called.
If you are chosen.
They was just called.
And they were just ensamples.
It was to be an example of prophecy.
Can't.
And to be of like they who will fall off. You see, those I tell you weeping, that they are now enemies at the cross of Mashiach.
Can't.
Some men just had to feel a lot, which we hope that we will never be one of those men.
Can't.
It's scary, but all we can do is hope. You know,
And
and do what
the idea is most I will.
and do what is commanded of us.
Can't.
Finish up, it's a bit.
That's not finished up. It says, which cometh down out of heaven for my power, and I will write upon him my new name.
You understand that we read the fire word till you see them palms in the hand.
Can't.
You go to the Mark Baba Kosha, Mark 4. Morning. Mark 4. Go down to like about, let's see, about 12, 13. So how 13?
Mark 4 and 13.
I should tell a big up the blue and the I should tell a big up the blue that you have my etymology way to pull up. Somewhere going down. You understand? All these things must come to pass.
Mark 4 and 13. And he said unto them, know ye not this parable? And how then will ye know all parables? The sower soweth the word, and these are they by the wayside.
And we are taking the sower is true spirit.
Can.
You understand? So in the word in the people.
Where the word is sown, but when they have heard, Satan cometh immediately and taketh away the word that was sown in their hearts.
And we have seen this many times. There are men that will be teaching something. How much men we get phone numbers, never message us, never call.
Can.
Why? Because when they leave, either somebody has come next to them at the point in time and discourage them, or they might leave and something else, this is Satan coming and what? Remove the word that was sown in their hearts.
Yeah.
So that they no longer even interested in trying to find out more about the truth or more about the heritage, more about the Lord. Because it's son of
Fast.
and I'm okay. Sometime more, but sometime more.
This one.
So like yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
It says, verse 16, and these are they likewise which are sown on stony ground, who when they have heard the word immediately receive it with gladness, and have no root in themselves, and so endure but for a time. Afterward, when affliction and persecution ariseth, for the word's sake, immediately they are offended.
Sounds with the little bullets and
And I'd like the same one from no.
the little bullets, yes. Actually, whoever, if somebody's inside that person dead.
That not the same one from on the avenue, that they shoot up on the avenue, because they had to bring the cars up here for it to go through the forensic.
I'm not sure.
Whoever.
Could be, I don't know.
Well, whatever. Nevertheless.
Like the times or not?
Yeah.
Look at the term, I'm offended. And this is something that all these different categories that we're talking about here, we have seen this at least once. You see men that see them come and take it quickly. You see men receive it with gladness. And then when persecution arise, they get offended for the word's sake. Yeah, like the mother was upset with them about it. The wife was upset with them about it because they didn't believe. That's why I say, what if a man loves father and mother love more than me? He's not worthy of me.
It's a scandalizo. It's a entrap, trip up, figuratively stumble, or entice to sin, apostasy or displeasure, make to offend.
You see, they said there was enticed to sin.
Come.
When it says persecution arise, there was enticed to sin, there was enticed to go off.
Come.
And that is when they stopped doing what was commanded of them, and they went after their own desires. You understand? Start back doing things of the world. A dog returning to his vomit.
So shall a man return to his folly. So does a man return to his folly.
You understand? That is when it happened to them. Why? Because they lose patience.
Come.
Yeah, they get offended because of the things that they had to go through. All brothers had to go through shit in the street. All. So you might watch a brother with plenty money. He has some shit he going through.
Come.
You might watch our next brother. He has some shit. Every brother, they could be worse for some than others. Some men just need it. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah? Some men might. Some jakes, when they're too comfortable,
they carry that way.
some of them they need it. So you can see why even some just have it worse than others, because that's some men will be a little more rooted. Sometimes you might not know why. You might see our next brother, he have a real good wife, boy, but if you have a good wife, you might end up becoming distracted, you know. It does have different reasons why the Lord doesn't give men certain things. It have reasons why, whether it be to serve a punishment or just because it's something you can't handle. It have reasons why. Right? But every brother has to go through something in the street. You're not exempted from it. Hold on.
It's verse 18. And these are they which are sown among thorns, such as hear the word. And the cares of this world, and the deceitfulness of riches, and the lust of other things entering in, choke the word, and it becometh unfruitful.
We had just talked about earlier about men who deceiving other brothers to swindle them. Cares of this world choke the word. They're studying riches and they're studying gain. Scriptures say what? I'm supposing that gain is godliness.
From such
withdraw thyself.
God.
You understand? It's not about how much you can make out here. We live in a, you're sure you're going to enjoy the fruits of your labor, so forth and so forth. Yes, you need money to survive. But we're coming into a time where just now money will have no relevance.
Money answers all things, and nobody love of money is the root
love of money is all evil. And when it is you swindling our brother, our next man in the faith, just to be able to be comfortable, that you love money more than your brother. You hate your brother. You understand? And the scriptures say what? They say how can you say you love God, that you have not seen and you hate your brother? You're showing that you hate your brother by doing that, because the law they say love showeth no ill towards his neighbor. Therefore love is the fulfillment of the law. So you're supposed to fulfill the law towards your brother. If your brother pay you for something, you're supposed to give him what you pay him for. You understand what I'm saying? Men swindling men paying you for garments. You taking men money
and nothing.
You hate your brother. Really and truly, you hate your brother. So you hate the Lord. Because as you have done unto these little ones, so as you have done unto me. As the scripture said. You understand? When there's somewhere in Matthew, if I'm not mistaken, they say, Lord, where have I clothed you and fed you and given you drink? They say, as you have done unto these little ones, so have you have done unto me. So when it is you actually treating brothers unfairly, you know, you also treating who does men represent unfairly.
God.
Like when I King a messenger. When I'm messenger,
messenger is the ambassador to the king.
God.
300 when they kick the messenger and
you stamp the man in the chest.
They come like a kick Xerxes himself.
You stamping the man in the chest, you looking for me.
That
always say what touch not mine anointed.
God.
And do my prophets no harm. You're supposed to be mindful when you deal with men of the Lord. Sometimes you might owe a man, but No boy, you never going on take two garments. You pay me for one, take two. That's the kind of mindset you have to have, you understand? You're supposed to have a mindset towards the brotherhood, towards the men of the Lord in no kind of this despiteful way. You're supposed to treat them, they say what, be servants unto one another. Servants are be master. Don't work so. What's going on here, bro? The cares of this world is real mess with your mind, you know? You understand? Cares of this world is real mess with your mind, it's mess with your judgment. That way it says sin sticking close between buying and selling.
God.
You understand? Money is real play with your brain, right? But all of these things have a force behind it. If you're not careful, you can get caught up in it. Knowledge have a force behind it, which is all of these things. Yes, has spirits behind you trying to mess with you. I say some men can't handle these things. There's some brothers, they will go in the Book of the Dead, they will go in the Bhagavad Gita, they will go in many different things. Other men, they'll go in it and they'll get caught up. Yeah, and they'll end up straying off. There's certain things men just can't handle. That's why the Lord has commit things unto men based on their strengths and abilities. As we read earlier, it say, to whom much is given, to him shall much be required. Some men can't handle certain things.
And it's the most himself, let's give you them ability, so obviously you don't know what you could do and what you can't do.
And that way it also say, Ecclesiasticus, it says, search not the things that are too hard for thee. You know, search things that are above thy strength. You know, deal with things that are within your level. And that next thing Jake has a problem with, they're always trying to deal with things that are above their level. If this is your position, you deal with that. You are this position, you want to be the head. Sorry, you're a wife, you're a servant. No, you want to be a bishop.
First Thessalonians 4. The father was taken and say, I want to work with thy hands and mind your own business or something along the lines.
I don't remember that one. If you can find out what I realize, I don't remember that one. You understand, but
it's mind my own business or something. So 4 and 11, I think it is.
But more men have certain things that are committed onto them. They have different strengths, different abilities. You know, try to keep it in your bracket and don't try to be no super duper Israelite, as you say in this go. Don't try to be super duper.
Yeah, it's 1 Thessalonians 4 and 11. It's saying that you study to be quiet and to do your own business and to work with your own hands as we commanded.
Yes,
yeah, do your business, don't worry about what who's doing, and if they're doing more than you want, do what you have to do.
Be not a busybody. Men's matters.
Can't.
You understand? He doing that, you want to do it better than no. You have your job. If the Lord wills, you may be appointed to that position. Until then, you do your own work, do your own business. Some jakes have that is the hardest thing for some people to know. They always want to study what somebody else doing instead of studying what they should be doing. Always. That is Jake. One of Jake's biggest problems. Good.
Where is it on that?
The Mark 4. How far it is? I think you have about 1 or 2 verses.
20. It says, and these are they which are sown on good ground, such as hear the word and receive it and bring forth fruit. Some 30-fold, some 60, and some 100.
And now go back to the good example that is Thessalonians. I think it's 2 Thessalonians 2 or something where it says, and these things that thou hast heard committed unto faithful men. God will be able to teach others also. Right? That is the men of the Lord out to teaching the correct thing. You understand? Who standing still for the name of the Lord? Who knows that at some point in time, you know, you might have to get the gillet. You might have to get the gillet. You might live to see the end. Whatever the case may be, yeah, you know, you have to deal with it as it come. Because anything other than this is death. Even if you might physically die, we don't want that kind of death. You understand? We prefer to die in the Lord.
Yeah. Better the body die and dies it. Better it end there.
They say, what if we live for the Lord. If we die,
we die
for the Lord. And that is the mindset to be in. Because we understand that the times that we're in, that decision is going to be made very soon. Yeah, please, sir.
Yeah. The 2 Ezra 16 and 1, it says, woe be unto the Babylon and Asia, woe be unto the Egypt and Syria. Gird up yourselves with cloths of sack and hair, bewail your children, and be sorry for your destruction is at hand. You understand? The destruction of this place is at hand. You know? It says, a sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back? A fire is sent among you, and who may quench it? Plagues are sent among you, sent unto you, Salakia. And what is he that may drive them away? Who could stop it? You understand? The Most High already put it in motion, you already send them spirits of vengeance. Who could turn them back? You understand? Their only goal is what? To appease the one that created them.
Honestly, I know, I face a couple of men.
Come on this side. Come on this side. The sun moving.
You sit down and a piece of come to line.
Yeah, I'm watching my shot back at
Deuteronomy 32 verse 39, right? Deuteronomy 32 verse 39. It says, see now that I, even I am he, and there is no power with me. I kill and I make alive. They say, I wound and I heal, neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand.
God, I can't not to save you from you. It's not nothing to turn back his wrath. There's nothing that can turn back his wrath. You understand? As the scripture says, thy will be done. His will be done. You understand?
It could never not be done.
Tell a priest that say what? The mountain shake at his presence. You understand? If the elements quake at his presence, what you think will happen if he tell you to do something? The fibers in your body going to do it. Your mind might want to do it, you know, but the fibers in your body going to react.
Israel went to hear the Lord's voice on the mountain.
God.
I don't do the pull back. I say, now by Moses, but never by
You
and come and tell me what you say.
God.
And it was pleasing to the Lord and say, oh, I say that
You
he was
see the
paying
pain in
me.
them, yeah.
That
You
was
see the
pleasing
pain
to
in
him.
them. He said, oh, only a bad idea, man.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Keep it up.
Stay humble.
Verse 6, it says, may any man drive away an hungry lion in the wood, or may anyone quench the fire in stubble when it had begun to burn. You understand? How you want to stop these signs and prophecies from happening? You understand? The plague's already here. You understand? It already become, well, you know what I mean, the people who in charge of the so-called world health, they already state that, hey, this is a global problem. You understand? They say how much cases found worldwide. I think the latest one was in Afghanistan, one of the Middle Eastern countries. But they say it's a problem for the whole world, and it started in Africa.
And just coincidentally again, they already start making juice for it. And
A
in a short
company
space of time,
say what? They could prepare 10 million vaccines. You want to know what is the irony in it? 10 million is how much Congo was asking for. So you could make exactly the amount that exactly this one portion of,
which usually just take years to make. A good one, as they say.
Come on.
But they happen to make it in what, a month?
In less than a month, because
that time passing the
as soon as the article come out that say it leave Congo and they get the one in Europe, the one case in Europe, boom, this company say, yeah, we can make 10 million now.
All of a sudden.
The same day I think the article come out.
Because they are the problem, really and truly.
Problem, solution, reaction.
These things is not coincidence. These things is not coincidence.
That's to initiate another emic, initiate another lockdown, bring in that new system, basically, as I said, there's blanketed. So let's cover the whole place in it simultaneously. Make the whole world say, you know what? The best thing for us to do, because I think that is transmitted by contact also. Right. So the best thing for you to do, right. So the best thing to do is have non-contact societies. Digitalization, 15 minutes cities. Don't leave your city for nothing. It have no reason.
When they go in the grocery, even at this time, they come back home, stay
Correct.
inside. Until we need you, stay home.
The grocery, pharmacy, school, hospital on one block. It have no reason to leave Grandy to go Arima. It have no reason to leave Arima to go Grandy. Everything is the same. Everything in one area. You had a scan for everything.
You buy what we want, you eat what we want,
You understand?
you do what we tell you.
The homeless on the street go be people who say, you know what, I not subscribing to digitalization. You understand? Yeah, go get my
Advertising up
they don't know my subscribe to it. They
well,
get
well,
a token.
well, the current homeless. I'm talking about in that day, the homeless go be wait. You understand? The homeless go be
That's right now, they will hold it on.
Yeah. They must say, what?
But now,
Just stay home and get $2,000 a week. For free? The side, where do I sign up? Put my name on top.
They promise them balls.
Yeah.
They say, take it, you get some balls. Don't worry,
But that what I was doing, I think there was in one of them countries where prostitution was legal, they was promising a prostitute if they take the juice.
Yeah, one. I think one prostitute, I think was prostitute.
Some
One of them
countries.
countries.
One of the countries with legal.
I remember seeing that article.
Yeah.
Anybody who take it, you have a free thing with a prostitute. Like you give away your body for that game. That's the flesh. That's the mindset that they in. Right? And that the lust of the flesh, that is what they will do. And for the heathens, it really doesn't matter. It really doesn't.
Come as the precept say, who could turn it away? You understand? Who could hide from a lion that hungry in the woods? Who could it's a who could quench the fire in summer. Once I stop a light, you can't really out it tonight, just to burn.
Not with your hands.
Yeah,
if you have a hose or some pressure hose or something, but you're not talking about that situation. You're talking about like when your car burns down and you have no water, nothing, and it just you're not stopping that. Worse yet, the wind blowing strong. The war between
Russia and Ukraine, how much years it is now? It's 2 years?
Going about that time.
Going on 2 years. And nobody can stop it. What's going on with the 48ers and Gaza? They had 2 peace talks, 2 peace treaties they sit down to talk about and nothing come out of it. The first one, I think they rest for a weekend and then they start back to kill people from the Monday. The second one is when they drop the food and kill the second people. Because
actually the 2 parties and they are more or less at the same agenda.
yeah, they sit at the same table. This man, the UN foreign minister, he I think it's the foreign minister for whatever, or the title is just the foreign minister of the UN. I think his name is something that is his surname. He said, we could stop the war if we want in a matter of weeks. All we have to do is stop sending military equipment to Ukraine. But you know what he said after? He said, but the war wouldn't end the way we want. That's what he said. He said, wouldn't end the way we want. So we will continue giving them supplies.
Everybody wants to be dominant. Right now, nobody have absolute power. Back in the times, when in time of slavery, you know, first after the Second World War, Israel more or less had more or less dominance. You know, they had certain people did not complete control over, but they more or less had a grip on things. After BRICS and Ukraine and certain one of them, the allies and so forth, weak saying I am strong. From that point, America started to lose the grip. You understand? And from there, anybody could lose in the grip. You say you're holding something that you really want.
They're back against the wall. They do anything to keep it in the palm of their hand.
Hold clip on, they say can't hold on. You're already losing your grip and you know you don't want to let go. You hold on as much as you could. And that's what they do.
You do anything to retain that little bit of grip you have.
Even if it means a few collateral.
Collateral damage was never a problem with them.
Yeah,
that was never a problem. They just kill their own to accomplish their agenda. That don't matter to them. Even their own feeling it and all.
Yeah.
You understand? It have a lot of Edomites coming out and saying, hey,
so the Egyptians
what going on?
The Egyptians right now.
What going on?
A lot of people even you say Satan fight against Satan against Satan. See how shall a kingdom stand? Right now everybody divided.
If a house be divided,
yeah.
How shall it stand?
Right now Edomites divided.
Yeah, it Edomites crying and saying by this the hardest times, this was than the Great Recession.
Because they're being affected by their own.
Yeah, even they're feeling it. And the elites could care less once their agenda accomplished.
Yeah, we have a whole lot else going on. And Jake's partying around the
because they had to fulfill prophecy.
Correct.
Eating and drinking.
As in the times I know about.
Yeah, they had to fulfill that prophecy.
When Noah was warning them and saying, hey, flood coming, get on the ark. See when we warning them saying, destruction coming. Coming to the strong tower. You understand? Stand firmly for this name. Destruction. What destruction you talking about? Is a little thing we had locked down for a year by 1 2, but we back out. The outside nice, you tell me about it.
I can't tell like Jake. They're going mad, rain.
That never happened. That ain't gonna happen.
Craziness is this man going on.
See what happened was, what happened now is they never see the brimstone fall now on Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighboring cities. So when it happened now, that the same thing will happen.
say what, show you all that power that hide themselves. Lord just keep these things dormant until the time it actually comes. So you see the same situation where, like in the time of Noah, he didn't make rainfall before that. Why? Because he wanted to be a surprise. The same way, men are already seeing chariots filling the skies now. Why? Because all these things had to be a surprise. It had to take them as a thief in the night by surprise.
By faith. By faith you have to believe.
You gotta believe.
Everything had to be
Same thing like
by
Sodom and
faith.
Gomorrah. You feel if Lot, the righteous Lot, didn't believe that fire and brimstone was going to rain from the sky, you feel he would not leave?
His wife was the perfect example. She didn't believe.
She didn't have faith.
You understand?
She didn't have faith in,
she did not have faith in them. And Abraham and Lot when they say, don't look back. Don't look back.
The angels, when they command them, they say, don't look
back.
When
they walk off the spin here, so what? That was it, doom.
And she is a good example. Or like for those in the truth today.
Don't
put
look
their
back.
hand to the plow.
Don't look back.
And turn back and say what they say they're not fit for the kingdom.
No, can't.
Right? By the time you start this, it have no like the man tell you just tell me that boy, it's like I can only show.
I could only show you the doors you have to walk through.
But when you walk through the door,
that is it. You're on the other side.
You understand? I know
door back.
It's a one way. It's a one way door. You understand? It's a one way door.
Don't go down in the summer, right? Verse 7 it says, may one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer. The mighty Lord sendeth the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away? If fire shall go forth from his wrath, and who is he that may quench it? He shall cast lightnings, and who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? The Lord shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence.
Yeah, when he threatening you, don't threaten with words.
Yeah, we say he shall threaten, and who will not be beaten to powder? Who could stand against him? You understand?
For anybody, I've always scripture say what? You say for all that proud and lofty in that day they shall be brought low. Not gonna be brought low because the men of the Lord going to be, like more or less condemning the actions. They're gonna be brought low because of the things that are going to be happening in this place. They're gonna be brought very low. All these as Savior is using this in this place called hoity-toity. Like all the people who high-minded and feel like, I'm not doing that, and these are the same people gonna be eating out of garbage bins.
I wouldn't be caught dead doing that.
Yeah.
They go catch you alive and while doing it, don't worry.
Like the can't walk on dirt, everything is tiles.
Yeah.
Those same people who think so highly of themselves, when that time comes, they're going to be the first ones begging, fighting. What do you say? Judges. They say with Dove's dung was being sold for thousands of money. They're going to be fighting for Dove's dung. A lot of people going to be fighting for things that they would turn up their nose at. In this time, they're going to be fighting for things like that. Imagine it was so bad, it was like, here we're going to boil my son today. And tomorrow we eat your son. And she actually complied to that. That's to show you how hard things was. And then afterwards you're crying.
Yeah.
You really bastard. Yeah?
They eat your son.
Eat your whole son in one day. You understand?
In one day.
In one day. Who knows if it was even one serving? Who knows, right? But and after you're crying, oh, the woman deceived me because I can't eat his son now. That is how hard it was. Nothing to eat. No hope of any, like sometimes you would know like, hey boy, I'm working hungry right now, but when I leave work, I could go and you have no visual hope of anything. Like you don't eat for 3 days and you don't know when you will ever get food.
To put it in more recent context, the beginning of the lockdown.
Yeah.
Just like that. Beginning of the lockdown. You know when I go down, you know how you go manage.
They're going to be like that on steroids.
Correct.
Steroids.
100 times worse. 100 times worse. You're literally going to have to fight tooth and nail for everything. And this time coming down here.
And then people going to be fighting you.
Correct.
Tooth and nail for everything. They say, want to talk about invading one another's houses.
Can't.
A man shall not regard.
They shall not regard the kings and the princes, and the power will be in their own hand. They'll do what they wish. They'll do what they desire.
And they will succeed.
You understand? So no minister could say anything. The police would be a waste. You understand? But they declare martial law, and that martial don't even have no law because the people will do as they please.
It's their law.
Correct. They will do as they please in that time because why? They just don't want to die.
I will say what a man shall be a couple. And not just any man, but a man of the Lord. Because in that time, the ones who the Lord, the man that the Lord protecting, those who are under him is the ones who will also have protection.
Can.
You know, if it be that he want them to survive to the end.
Can.
That is why we come out and do these things. Not for just ourselves, but for who are under us. You understand that they may also be able to, like Lot's wives, Lot's daughters. What's what I drug the man after and jug the man after and
do what they please.
But at least they know how to listen.
Yeah,
you understand? They still get away because you know they was under him and they know how to listen. But you can tell by the options, by how they operate, Lot was really the only righteous person there. But they still escape because being under Lot and knowing how to listen. We don't do these things just for us. We also do it for our families. Hoping that God will extend His mercy onto them also. You understand? We're working for that. I'm on that.
So verse 12 it said the earth quaketh and the foundations thereof. The sea arise it up with the waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled, and the fishes thereof also before the Lord, and before the glory of his power. For strong is his right hand, and bendeth the bow, his arrows that he shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world.
I remember this movie, Scorpion King. Ever watched that?
Yeah.
With the man,
16 times.
With the king. I think they wanted the king who can catch arrows. He was catching some arrow and did some kind of fancy thing, trying to look like some big shot now. I'll shoot the arrow behind him, and you catch the arrow before it hit your face. Not catching that. That arrow that we're talking about is not no wood and metal to the end. I know. Talk about that in Joel, they say before it was at the Garden of Eden.
And behind them, desolate.
Destruction.
Yeah.
Them arrows, hang on. So try to block it with
full metal turbo thrusters, rocket boosters,
multiple warheads scattered.
Yeah, it ain't nothing stopping that.
Yeah, understand?
The only time that will stop is when you stop breathing. That's the only how you know it will stop.
It only stopping when it finished.
When it accomplished.
Yeah, when it finished, that's when it stopped.
Yeah, when it accomplished the goal that the Most High sent it to do.
That's the thing that's coming up on this place.
Can't.
That's why I make sure I say to the end and say, ye shall not escape.
Can't.
Anybody who don't get consumed by these things is because you go and serve years of getting your ass whipped.
Can't, as
you understand? Only them people not going to be destroyed. Everybody else is ass whipping.
And be peace and safety. When they say peace and safety, when they say UBI, don't worry. All I can stay home. The androids go handle everything, the robots go out for. They stay home.
Last night, yesterday, or day before yesterday, I posted the Minister of Health and them, they break down some
a medical robot to help TNT Medical, whatever. I tagged me in a video on Facebook, and a guy who working under, how you say, Chilantas company, he had them working 12 hours. 12-hour shifts, 7 days a week, so he had no days off. Every day working 12 hours.
You don't know people who in the medical industry.
And the man saying, I'm telling all you, these things are coming for all your jobs. Just now they will have all your home on he had not said UBI, Universal Basic Income. He said just now all you wouldn't have no reason to leave home, sorry. He said just now, he said hospitals, restaurants, police, all them services, police, army. Because why? They don't need to rest, they don't need to eat, they don't need no break.
And they're controlled by AI. So you don't know
just program. Just program and let it do it work. It's no second guessing nothing to question your authority.
No rebellion.
Go here, kill everything. Go here and kill everything.
No one argue about breaks and rights and
nah, they don't have rights and they don't need breaks. You understand?
They just need commands.
Just a program.
Yes, master. No master.
If they have no master is yes.
No, I mean yes in terms yes and no in terms of like you're telling them like no like is everything okay? Yes, master. Did you not do no master? You know, like not in terms of defiance. In terms of like all they answering you is what you need to hear. What you want to hear. That's it. That's what these AI says do. And but remember the UBI that creates dependency. So once it is that dependency begins, that's when compliance is absolutely.
God say,
if
two
you're not
man
working
don't
away,
be but two
there's no
mountains
and you have no way to get food,
no I live in Babande, in the settlement.
you understand?
You can't go to yourself because they own all the land and they're modifying all the seeds. So even if you grow one tree, that first bay is all you will get.
So why
No,
you
you
ask
have
no
to
man
sell
first?
unless
He
you're
said,
a real
thank him
good
for
person,
the
you
good,
get
thank him
that.
for the bad.
Why people
He
do
give and
that?
take glory to
You can't get
you.
no supplies
Say you hold
unless
it
you have a
down,
CHIP in
man.
your hand to be
He
able to
said,
supply
man
these
heart has
things.
spiritual
Correct.
evil. Taking the
understand?
life
So,
of woman, boy, and little girl.
With
He
the
said, after
guy,
you become it's good.
so this,
He said, the wages of sin is death. The gift of God is eternal life.
yeah, so with that
And
concept
one
in
way
mind
to
now,
the sin.
God.
You
you
man
put you
live
in
by
that
the sword,
dependence,
die by
the
the
part in that
sword. He
dependency
said,
state.
do good.
With that now,
He
you
said, the
all
good
it
you
is you
do,
going to
live
do.
after
You
you.
have to
And the
comply
evil
with
you
whatever
do,
it is they say.
live after you.
God.
If you don't
Pleasant
comply,
day,
what will
have a
happen?
nice
You're
day.
going to go hungry.
Take
Yeah,
care,
you're gonna
enjoy
be
your
that.
church.
You're gonna be either
I
put
don't
into
go to
jail,
church no more.
they go take your head,
And that next thing.
you know.
Nah.
If you don't
My church
comply,
is Jesus
they're going to
in
kill
me.
you. They're going to put you all to
And
death.
if you tell me
You
no go no
understand?
more, I can't go dump or you dump.
It are no
You
church
say you
to
only
go.
speak of man.
It are no gatherings. Just the other day, when it had the big
Rabbi,
sitter
they
concerts
call
in the weekend,
my
it had
rabbi.
that gospel concert too. It ain't going no
They
more than
call
that. You understand? They are going to slaughter you all.
All the time,
You
God.
understand? They're going.
Alright.
You understand?
Take care, man.
They will slaughter you all like
Looking
sheep.
for that song and I
Someday
couldn't
we
find
are
it. I
gonna
was sending
know.
somebody jump up for Jesus. I was looking thing back and
No, darling, not everybody.
I never even
Some
hear
things
that.
are
I said, this pastor daughter.
Coffee.
Pastor, yeah, I think it's
God
daughter.
say,
That the old, like when she was a child.
Younger, yeah.
Yeah, I think I know. I think
And
I
a
know. it.
Chevrolet
Yeah.
on hydraulics, jump
Yeah.
up for Jesus.
Yeah, I think I know it. I think I know it now. I think I know
Like,
it now.
yo,
Yeah.
I look at it, but I couldn't find it, boy.
Yeah.
No more of that. No more that in that time. All of that going and come to an end.
Done. And when they create this dependency now, as you better say, compliance will be absolute because without them you will eat nothing, you will wear nothing, you will do nothing without them.
Already and true. That is how, and they understand that system is a strong system. That is why you see in the past, women couldn't own land, couldn't
drive,
own
couldn't
assets,
vote.
they couldn't do certain things. Why? If you had money and a wife, the carriage man will carry she and bring she back. And when you tell the carriage man, no, she can't go away. She own horse and she can ride up when she feel like. There's a reason why it was like this, because the less things you own or you have control over is the more compliant you're going to be.
Can't.
Even if a woman wanted to leave, she had to leave with what, nothing.
Can't.
So you know you're going to come back. You understand? It's so set up in a way so that you will be compliant. It was forced in a way to adhere to certain things. That if you didn't want to adhere to it, you would suffer. You saw know about these systems. They just copy these things. They get information from the left hand side.
And not only that, there's use the certain systems and certain setups from the previous kingdoms.
Yeah.
Implement it, fortify it, and then get the people to deal with it.
And then through the not only through the inspiration these spirits just get things from, but also through like the studies like psychology and so forth, the experiments that's done on people, they know how make people tick.
They know how to get under people's skin.
Right,
They know what cause will bring what effect. Can. Or what cause will bring whatever reaction from the people.
Studying people over in very, very terrible ways like Tuscany and all these different things. While watching people like just like Oz, like the series Oz. That was more like an experiment on the prisoners. You're putting them in a prison. They're confined to the place, but they're free to move about and go in the cell, come out of the cell. You know, there was like experiment to see how it is they would behave. You know, and implement certain things, take away certain things to see the reactions. That's what Esau is accustomed doing. He accustomed manipulating with people's minds that way, testing them to see. Just like with the epidemic that we just passed through. That was like a pre for what is ready coming here. Prepping them, seeing how compliant they would be. That is what Esau got at. Right?
You know what?
That's his gift.
98% of people was compliant.
Yeah. Even down here, I remember after it is the part that it stopped the mandate, what does it say? Does it say they reached the quota? And I sure they reached more than the quota. Because after a while, when people start lacking certain things, even people who wasn't lacking, really fucks. Even people who even had things to survive, just because they wanted more. Or because they didn't have the availability to do certain things that they liked to, they still went and do it. Even people with places that they're renting out, there are personal businesses where they're still making money and them fuckers so greedy. You understand? Pardon my French. They're so greedy, they could have survived without doing it and still they went and do it. Why? Ultimately because they lost. Because they're freaking greedy. They just wanted more.
They wanted the availability to acquire more.
and to be able to be free to do what they want to move about, to have this,
They all going
this
on.
complete
Everybody
freedom.
take it like you back a business, man. Take. Son.
And,
So be it.
and right now they're suffering because of it. Who don't have this swelling in the hand, had this swelling in the foot, who bedridden. You understand? But we know ultimately that is just their lot. You understand?
Alright, Bruce.
If I say even though we warn them about it, say what? Speak not right things unto us.
As in the days I know, boy. As in the days I know, you feel the man time, the man of time? Good. Verse 14 it said, behold, the plagues are sent, and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. The fire is kindled, and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth. Yes, so until it consume everything. You understand? It can't no way go and return. Can't no way to turn back them nukes. Can't no way to turn back the plagues. You understand? Like the MP that escaped from Africa, that they did not plant in Africa, but you all know what I mean. You understand? How you going to stop that? How? You understand? The first I make, you just stop hearing about it. They never say, well, alright, it's done. Or it vanished, or it went away. You just stop hearing. Every day, 10 cases, 3 new cases, 4 deaths. Now, you just stop hearing completely. You just don't report on it. You understand? Can't. But they make you believe it is happy. You understand? They say, yeah, don't worry, let's do want to wear no mask. And, you know what I mean? If the card wasn't necessary, you place open back up. You understand?
But I say also see that they're talking a lot about mixing the EV cards with the CHIP.
Yeah.
Like they want to use that also as certain verification in certain places. So if it is that they pass that, it's not going to be before, but worse. Any checkpoint you had to go to, any place you had to go to, you have your V card, and the V card had to be here. What you going to do? You can't go nowhere. Can't go anywhere, you'll be limited.
You can't even say, well, I go travel, I go walk.
Can't walk. Because the police, if you have
You can't walk
checkpoints,
through the bush, over mountains and valleys.
hills and valleys too.
No, but for real, you can't walk on no main road or highway or whatever the case may be. Because at that point in time, all the, you know what I mean, they could be out in the numbers, die when martial law will be declared, and because they'll have to ration goods to the nations. Can't.
Anybody who outside, out here, let me see. You take a little scan and see what is going on there. You understand?
Can't take away some of your social credits where you be, I go be a little less this month.
And it's not to say it's a system that where like you can choose to give them your information. That's certain scanners I show that you can make it a certain way, like a policeman can be parked up behind you in his car, and he can just use the scanner and just scan.
Read it from there.
You know everybody information who's standing in front of him without even having to go and even approach
Yeah,
them.
they say for the safety of your officers and all kind of thing. Yeah, now they like to bring it across.
You understand?
As if it's a good gun.
That real controller.
Yeah.
You want all that personal information right there at your fingertips.
But that is what they want. That is what they desire. Total control.
And again, you want to, when it is you have a little, when you have your little cow in the yard, and your little cat, your little tag, you don't want to have to walk. You want to be able to look at distance. Alright, that's number 133. You know? Yeah, that's called the bill. You know, you want all the information easily accessible. You don't want you're going too close to me, you gotta kick here because you know you don't want to eat kind of grumpy. You know, everything in a way that they have complete control. And ultimately they want control of the way your thought patterns. They want control of the way you think. They don't even have the rights to be angry. Imagine you can't even sometimes I go through something in the street. You'll be a little vexed. Something for you to be vexed. You understand? Sometimes you might be going through tribulation. You talk about the men that sigh and cry.
Yeah, they want to do what they want with
don't
zero
even cry.
Repercussions. No repercussions.
Don't even cry. You don't even when you cry.
Don't be
anytime
sad,
you look
don't be
sad.
mad.
Alright, turn. I just see I'm thinking you like wavelengths a little bit. We just want you docile. That is all we want you docile. Either way you're happy, either way you're sad, either way you're crying, nothing. Just way you're flat. And when you put the app modification and you put it on flat, no base, no excess base where you're flat. That's what I want to. Come on.
Yeah, verse 16 it says like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer, you turn it not backward, even so the plagues that shall be sent upon earth shall not return again. Woe, right.
And it shall not miss.
Can.
It shall not miss. It go and hit their targets. Right.
It's a woe is me, who will deliver me in those days.
So the kind of prophecies that Ezra saw, something had to be real bad for you to be having that kind of woe is me, who will deliver me in those days, because in the kind of destruction that them men see, that Moses see, Solomon, a few men see certain destructions and so forth. When they saw these destructions, that one next one is Daniel. You see, when he saw these things, he was afraid. If I remember, I think it was Daniel who said it, if I'm not mistaken. It was never something to just look at and be like, wow. Man was frightened when they see it. It was literally frightened. Not just because, and imagine how frightened he was, because he never see Avengers, he never see no playback at Hiroshima. They don't even understand what that is to really grasp it, to say, well, you know, you're right, I know what that is. It's frightening, but it's like I never see it in my life. Yeah. It's something they would have seen for the first time ever.
And if I may add, one of the reasons too, because when you get a vision to see the low estate that Jake would have reached to, they would have known that it was great sin.
Yeah, that become a terrible
because of this.
Run. Reach to that estate.
Imagine Esau is the worst defiler that ever existed, and whole earth is under his vibration. I just show you how terrible this time is now. Like the border wickedness in charge, and almost every aspect of the earth. You say what you quote, all the kings of the earth is drunken with wine. You understand? In some way, every nation has been corrupted by Esau. In some way. You say the nation are drunken and they are mad. They say they're mad.
Because it don't make sense what they're doing. What they're doing doesn't make sense, so they're mad just like them. Must be mad.
And even if I add, because I country that might conform to certain things.
And others they will conform to.
True to the Esau, certain tactics from dealing with Esau.
Yeah, they pick up some traits.
Yeah, they pick up some
certain philosophies they would follow. Even if it's not the dress code, is the women's rights, something. They would follow some philosophies.
It's not that is the alphabet, folks. Something, yeah.
All of them drunken, all. Yeah, you handle everything. Everything, that is sure. Now I say, if it were possible,
you see,
everybody else deceived in some way. In some way, everybody else deceived besides the elect. If you can get caught up in this,
you get caught up in that, come. Verse 18, the beginning of sorrows and great mourning, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils.
And we're going through these things quite a while now. It just escalated. Scriptures talk about like contractions, like a woman giving birth. You understand? We don't know 1 month.
When we get closer to the time, it will get worse.
We don't know 1 month and not 2 months.
8 months, 8 months, 28 days right now.
Might be a 6 or 7.
Yeah, 8 months, 28 days, 2 more days and it's doomed. It's ready.
You understand?
Yeah.
The child wasn't born premature, but we know head and organs done.
Everything done form.
It done
it's
form
just for the water to break.
It just finishing, yeah.
Just for the water to break, 2 more days. 2 more days. It says, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come?
That's how bad it is. We see that it was so bad, it was like, why go and do it in them times? How are you going to escape these things? Yeah, enough fear taking you see in them things, your mind is going in that kind of state. Because people just get tired. When you actually see an disaster in front of your face, like to that caliber, it is real play with your mind. That's why they used to use in slave time, they used to use them tactics like they would take the biggest, strongest Jake, tie him to a horse, the buck him first, right? And then tie him to horses and split him in. When you use our man wife or his son or his brother, whoever, you see some shit like that, like, not my legs. You understand? Not my legs. Yes, master. That movie. When I was whipping him, I said, what is your name? I think Denzel Washington acting that. I'm not sure if it's that one Denzel Washington acting. It was our next one. And then I say movie Denzel Washington acting. I don't know if it's that one or if it's the next one. What is your name, boy?
Toby, you're talking about?
And the beat him and beat him. And then eventually.
Like Roots.
His Roots.
His Roots. When he say, my name is Kunta Kente, and he say, no, your name is Toby, and they beat him.
Yeah.
And he run away and they chop off his foot.
Eventually.
Yeah, he started saying name is Toby.
Yeah.
He announced started to believe his name is Toby.
You had to, because when and he was made an example until the rest. So some other Jake who not as strong as he. See that happen.
You ain't have to hit me. Nah, my name is Samuel, sir. You are correct. My name is Samuel. Call me Sam.
You're bloody hell and chippy house. Your whole accent changed, everything. You're going with the flow. You're not looking for that's what it is do. When it is you see that fear, that going and spirit into you to be compliant.
To become docile.
You understand? So imagine the kind of things that they saw that had them afraid. Imagine you're like, wow. How are you going on? How are you going on surviving that time?
Done.
Already, but we understand how we're going to survive in that time. As you read earlier, God will keep us from our temptation.
God.
Whether it be we either get it, or whether it be we live to the end. However it may be, the God will keep us.
God, and at that point in time, it could be so easy. It could be such an easy decision to make because the scripture in Hebrews say, well, for here we have no continuing city, but we seek one to come.
Once you're in that mind, it will make it easier.
So it will always be an easy decision to tell them it's alright. It's quite okay. It will be hard, but mentally, the decision will be hard to make. Say now, you can keep all your digital ID and all your juice for yourself and all your folks. We good over here.
Happy, sir.
Go ahead.
So this Matthew 10, I'll start from verse 17 and say, I'll start from verse 16.
Go ahead.
Matthew 10 verse 16 and say, behold, I sent you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves.
In the midst of wolves, what wolves do? Eat sheep. You're sent to be devoured. Go ahead.
They say, be therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves.
Wise but harmless. Wise. Operate with wisdom. Exercise wisdom. Don't just think that hey, you could override the rule or something. Be wise. Understand the rule. Operate within the confinements of the rule. Don't fall for the gimmicks. You understand? As you say. They walk around with AKs. How you gonna defeat a man with his own weapon? That makes sense? He blessing is what you want to use to try to defeat him. How that gonna work exactly?
You know, you're not even supposed to be in that war mind state. Supposed to be
in
in that mind state of
given to you.
A sheep doesn't come with the claws out, so when the wolf come and size up him.
No.
Sheep
Try to run. Try to run.
You try run.
And try to run because sheep are fast neither.
Yeah.
So try to run.
You understand? You're not looking for no beef. That sheep just looking to survive, you know?
That is it. You understand? You just have to do one job. Survive until the most I say is your time.
I never see two sheep fight in my life.
You can't. You don't see that. You know?
Never. Always noise. And they may know the wolf coming because it's not down and it's running.
You know you have a problem. You know? Go on.
They say, therefore be wise as serpents. Therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. They say, but beware of men. For they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogues.
Yeah, they will scourge you in the synagogues. Why? Because you don't stand for what they stand for. You don't say the things that they want to hear, and you're not part of their agenda. You understand? So obviously you'll be the first to go. Yeah. You will be the first to go. You see what's going on? Everybody else rolling in, but all you is the only cog in the wheel that not fits in. Yeah. What are we going to do with you?
Hey man, Apostle Tar was talking about that on some Netflix movie or something. We was talking about what are you? An American?
What kind of American?
What kind of American?
Yeah,
making sure to know what you about.
Yeah.
You about what we for, or you're about if you're about something else, well, you know you ain't going to last, right?
Yeah, correct.
And when I'm asking that question, you see him charge you shotty, waiting to offload it on your chest. You understand? That's the kind of mindset people going and being in that time. If you're not with us,
yeah, against us.
Say, verse 18 is saying, ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake. They say for a testimony against them and the Gentiles.
Yeah, because why? We are the ones who are going to say, hey, all you're wrong. All your future is going to be slave. Regardless of all you do now, all you're going to be slaves. You all are going to die.
They say,
the testimony I was sharing.
If I remember correctly, say, there is Matthew 10 also. Matthew 10 or everything, but
yeah.
They say, Matthew 10 talk about say if the call the head of the house builds above, they say more or less
servant
one
is
saying
not
that
above the master.
master, right?
Done.
Can't. The servant is, he say if they persecuted me, they also persecute you. You can't, if he went through it,
Go on.
if he went through it, we're not gonna understand. We
We
can't
not
expect that
exempt
we're
from
not
it.
going and get persecution.
In the first Peter 4 that I bring out earlier, high up, it said what? It say if we take part in the persecution of Yahushua, you will also take part in his glory.
And that's a cut to what they believe. They believe that you gotta go through persecution.
You understand? Not knowing persecution is the final trump card. You understand? But that the most they could do here. The
Final
most they could do
affliction.
here is kill him. That is the most. That is literally the most they could do.
The fire of affliction.
That is all.
Say, be thou faithful unto death, and what?
Unto
I shall
death,
give
boy.
you a crown of life. That's just how it is. If you want that crown, you ain't work for your crown. If you just like one of them, even when you look at even when you look at like kings back in the days, sometimes it's like a good example that was Ten Commandments. The Ten Commandments with Moses. When they into Pharaoh, you see, like two of them, like Pharaoh, original son, and Moses, in the movie, you see that they were striving to see who would be Pharaoh, and they was literally competing against each other to see who end up being Pharaoh.
Who assume the throne.
Sometimes it's not always the first son that's gate, the son who's more worthy sometimes is the one that's gate.
Gone.
You understand? If you have a first son, he flicking up. He not one thing because he's the first son, he gonna up. No. Sometimes the next one is gate, or the one after he. Originally it's supposed to be the birthright, supposed to be his. But sometimes if you flick up, just like Judah, if Reuben want to interfere with the father concubine. Judah gate, you understand? Sometimes that's how it is be. You understand? This is something you have to work for. It's not something that just given. You can't want a crown that's given to you. You do for that crown. You're not going to value something you never had to put any work for. You see with Jake all the time. When Joshua and Rock Box fat, what do they do? They start kicking up. They start playing mad. When the men of the Lord earn this in the kingdom, they will know that they work for this. You understand? They put in the work. They say work to make your calling and election sure.
Hallelujah.
They work to make the calling and election sure. You understand? They did what was required of them. When they received that crown, it wasn't no handouts they're going and getting it. They said these men stood stiffly.
Gone.
They say, right, I come into the point here, verse 19, it say, but when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what ye shall speak. They say, for it shall be given you that same hour what ye shall speak. For it is not the same way you're saying earlier. Right, but the Lord will not be doing these things. They say, for it is not ye that speak, but the Spirit of your Father which speaketh in you. So He will not be with us in that time. Whether it be to whatever we might act on, it's an angel, that prince shall stand for his people in that time. Whatever decision, as long as you're in the Spirit and the Lord dealing with you, whatever decision you make in that time, the Lord will be guiding you in your action, in your steps.
Gone.
You say what? I said last week you said the man's going.
It's not of himself.
It's not of himself. You understand? The Lord going to be guiding your steps. So you're not going to be making nothing by coincidence. You understand? You just happen to, somebody was stockpiling because doomsday was stockpiling, and then some little tarantula come and bite out or some shit in the dead. Some little shit bite out in the dead, and you just happen to be stumbling upon that place and look, hey, a whole room of food. Wow! You understand? That's not by coincidence. He stuck that for you and his job was done. He wasn't supposed to eat it out. So he had to go. You understand? That means you can't think that could even be a time of miracles. Where you see men going to be tuning things into bread and so forth. The Lord going to be doing, even if ravens had to bring bread and meat. By whatever means it's going to happen. By whatever means it is going to happen, the Lord is going to feed us in that time. And we had to have faith and patience and do what is commanded of us and wait until that time comes. And the Lord will take care of us, one way or the next.
That is our
Yeah, well, the Lord will take care of us in that time.
Can.
You understand? Because that's why you see promise on his elect. Say, my servant shall eat, but you shall be hungry.
Can.
You know, like you'll be eating 3 square meals and you know, you're like,
You go eat, you go survive.
you will eat, you will, when men tongue white, when other men tongue white because they have no food, that's why women go and be in that, all that proud pride women have now, they're going to be in a mindset where they're like, you eat our own bread.
By your own apparel.
Just let us be
called by your
Just
name.
take away our reproach. You understand? Let me just be yours. That's all I want. Right? You say jump, I didn't ask you.
I just jump in.
Then he asking you when to stop.
I just jump in, we just jump
You
in.
understand what I'm saying?
They go back to the original
They'll go back to how it's supposed to be. Why? Because of fear. They're not going to be in the right mind. But because they're going to be so afraid of what can happen to them, and they're going to be in that mindset like, if I'm not mistaken, it's Zechariah. Where they say, I guess it is in there. Where they talk about, they say they shall hold on to the skirt of him that is a Jew. Saying that what we shall go with thee because we have heard that the Lord is with thee. That they're going to be in time and going to be in our mindset. God, I know you was talking about these things. I know the Lord with you. What is the plan? Let me know what to do. And that you already decide you want to be on it. You want to be one of them men. You want to be one of them men. You want to work with you. You want to work with you. You're doomed.
God.
You're doomed. You're already doomed. Right? You see, verse 21, it says, and the brother shall deliver up the brother to death, and the father the child, and the children shall raise up against their parents and cause them to be put to death.
And we seeing that in this time right now.
And imagine you see it now.
That
So
is
imagine
prevalent.
Imagine how worse it's going to get. So
When they need something.
when food at stake, when hunger at stake,
They've
there's also
already
them
killing
movies and them,
for video games.
yeah,
You
can.
understand? A man beating mother to death
That,
for money.
I see that one.
Right?
I see that one.
Much less for a necessity like food. Money and a video game not necessary. Food needed.
I don't deliver men to survive.
Come on,
Bounties, special privileges.
Are we looking for these religious roadside speakers to copy of it? You passing somewhere, you see your face big. Oh, me and why is that star?
Your tongue white. You understand? When they funny family members know where you're hiding.
Yeah.
I know where he is now. Have a freaking a music video with Birdman. I think it Get Your Shine On. And in the beginning I say, what can you give us? I can give you the bird, man. The man started snitch and Mary Fresh. man started make deals like the slide for spirit. There were plenty men in that slide for spirit in that time. I don't want to remember nothing. They're gonna be in that Judas spirit. Right? See verse 22, it says, and ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that endureth to the end shall be saved.
God.
Right? So all these things, the Bible give you different examples in different places of things you have to go through. But to the end where it say, he that endureth to the end, who go through all these things, keep his integrity, just like Job. Job had to go through this, that, the next, all kind of stuff. But he what? Kept his integrity.
Yeah, he endured till the end.
And that is you say what all things written aforetime.
Written for our learning that we may have hope.
We had to take a page out of his book, so to speak, you know. We had to take a page out of his book. So in that aspect, you know, these men were mere examples on us. We were given good examples, we were given bad examples. We were given examples of like what would happen to men if it is to do what the Lord say, but what happened to men if they don't do what the Lord say. Things that men went through that we had to learn from. All of these different things.
Yeah, I just wanted to finish off in the 2nd Ezra 16. It says, I'll read over from 18. It says, the beginning of sorrows, great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these shall come? When these evils shall come? Behold, famine and plague.
We know what we do.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, we know what we do.
Verse 19 it says, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment, but for all these things they shall not turn from the wickedness, nor be mindful of the scourges. For all these things, they wouldn't care. Until that time.
The multitude perished. That was
You seeing a plague moving from one side of the world and playing hopscotch with countries until they reach here. You understand? And you were taking heed.
Usually when it reached, when they want to turn around and go to church and become all holy and
you know when they became mindful with the bird flu? When we had our shortage of chicken. You understand? I went to say, well, you know, I really was here about bird flu, right?
And that, only when the disaster reached, that is when there's one to now make changes.
God.
Now we talk about that in Jeremiah, see they turn their back towards me, but not their faces. The same time of the calamity, they will arise and say, save us.
Yeah, like Proverbs 1.
I Jake since Jake was Jake.
I Psalms 2, it's
In Proverbs 1 when you say, I will mock when your disaster come and I will laugh when your calamity cometh. You understand? Because you have rejected knowledge, I will reject you.
Yeah, it sounds so that they will be willing in that day. It's always when it hit home.
That is when everybody want to turn around. You understand? But that when it will be what they say too late.
Too late shall be the cry, boy.
At that time, such a for the sword to the sword.
Such a for the famine to the famine.
Such a for death to death and destruction.
God.
Is it? Do I understand that?
Yeah, that's it. I'm up yourself. So with that, we give all praises honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Takodash. Double honors once again to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule and teach well. Peace and salutations to the brothers on the four corners of this earth, continuing to endure in these trying times because we know it go and get worse. You understand? Until next time, Shalom.